Are you looking to obtain a piece of land in the villages and you don't know where to start, or you don't know the full process of legally obtaining a piece of land in the villages? Then let me share with you a few steps that you need to follow in order for you to have legal occupation or legal allocation to a piece of land in the villages. So the first thing that you need to do, you need to meet with Induna of the local area in which you want to obtain land. So this is done usually through Imbizo, where there is other people present and the Induna is now allocating land and they are selling land if they are. So once that is done and there's an agreement that they are allocating you a piece of land, they will offer you an introduction letter. So the introduction letter states that they are intending to give you a piece of land at a designated area. All the details are stated there. So what you need to do once you obtain that piece of paper, that recommendation letter, you take it to the traditional council. A lot of people don't do this and they face problems in the future. You take it to the traditional council where you will make a formal application using the letter from Induna. You make an application and then you pay an application fee, and also you are issued with a receipt of the fees that you've paid. The receipt needs to be stamped, it needs to be written, all your details. Okay, once that is done, the traditional council now needs to issue you with a letter of resolution. So what this is, it is your title deed. It is not entirely a title deed, but it is a formal document or a certificate to state that you have been allocated a piece of land. So this is a permission to occupy. We call it a permission to occupy or a letter of land use. It is not a title deed. So you are issued with that certificate or with that letter, which proves that you are the legal owner of the piece of land. Okay, so once you have done that, you have gotten your permission to occupy, you now need to take the permission to occupy to the local municipality. So what they do at the local municipality, they check the zoning status of the piece of land that you intend on getting. So they check if it is zoned for residential or agricultural use or business use. So you need to check the zoning and you need to know the status of the zoning so that you can build accordingly. Okay, and then what also happens at the municipality, you can check if there's any future developments on that piece of land. So maybe there's plans to construct roads, or maybe there's a plan to construct a dam. So you need to know now if there'll be any developments in future so that you can avoid spending money on building and then later there'll be demolitions or there'll be evictions or those things that are costly to you. So you will avoid those future mistakes or those future costs which might come up in the near future. So you need to check the developments that are going to be upcoming on that piece of land. Another thing that you can do to take it a step further, you can draw up an agreement, a form of a contract between three parties, which is yourself, which is the Induna, the seller of the land, and the traditional council, stating everyone's role there that they have played in the transaction. The Induna has allocated you the land, the traditional council has verified the application and issued you with a permission to occupy, and you as the buyer, you have paid the funds over, and now you are the legal occupant of that piece of land. Remember, that piece of land, it is communal land. It is owned by the royal family, or it is owned by the village. So you are only allocated that land temporarily. It is not a title deed. So if you want to convert your permission to occupy into a title deed, you need to follow another process. You need to go to the Department of Land Reform, and you apply there for a conversion from permission to occupy to a title deed, and then now you can be able to apply for home loans. Banks and funders can fund you maybe to start a development on that piece of land only once everything has been converted into a title deed and it has been registered with the deeds office. So it's important to always remember these facts. Otherwise, that is all for today. I'll share another video with more information on the next one. Thank you for tuning in. Bye bye.